Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins. And Bill Flitter.
All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. I got it right, Coach.
You got it right. You keeping all those podcasts straight in your head.
I am. I'm going to be honest with people because this is an honest podcast. This is our second shot at this. We've already done this podcast once, and I don't know, something happened. The film got crinkled or something. Like in the old days.
The VHS tape.
The VHS tape got crinkled. Do you remember when you had to use the roll? They
roll
would
them up,
crinkled, and then they would get in there, and you'd have to roll it back. Oh man, I'll tell you a story. So again, this is just us talking because we don't talk that often. I was talking to my class today, and we're talking about some TV shows and stuff. And I'm explaining to them that when I was a kid, when you missed a show, you never saw it. And they go, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, okay, I'm going to tell you. Happy Days was Tuesday night, followed by Laverne and Shirley, followed by Three's Company. Because my parents wouldn't let me watch Three's Company because that was
racy.
Anyway, and if you missed Happy Days, you didn't get to see it. And they go, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, first of all, there weren't reruns." And if they were like in the middle of summer and you were outside playing. So you never saw those. And I said, there wasn't a VCR. They go, "What do you mean?" I go, "I remember when we got cable TV, people. What are you talking about? The VCR? There was no VC. There was no way to tape a show." And they go, "What?" I go, "Yeah, you missed it. It was gone.
Yeah.
It just went somewhere." And they looked at me like I was like, "What?" I go, "Yes. It was not like there was no Netflix. There was no DVR." I was probably in college or I don't even remember when. I know one of my friends had a VCR recorder when I was in high school. So I have some VCR tapes of myself, but those were expensive.
I remember getting cable TV though. So I was in, let's see, what grade was that? 7th or 8th grade. I remember being in the particular house we were in when we got cable TV, and that was so cool because MTV, right? So that's how Coach learned how to dance through watching MTV.
It was WGN because I'm a Cubs fan, so it was WGN. That's why we got cable. My dad's a Cubs fan. All right, what's today's topic, Coach? I know what it is, but I'm going to pretend like I don't. Here we go.
We're going to talk today about skills to teach up to 5th grade. So we can even probably talk K through 5, but we did focus on 3 through 5.
Yeah. So I mean, we talked about this. Dribbling is king at this age.
End of podcast.
What? We're done.
Dribbling done.
And we got to talk about me drinking my coffee and my Baileys too. We did that last time, and we talked about your daughter. It was it's Audrey, right?
That's Audrey. Yeah,
Audrey was always.
We were listening to her episode 2, and she was in a gloomy mood, right? And I put it on, and I was listening to our intro where it intros our name. I'm like, this has got to make her smile, right? We're on the way to school, driving to school, and she lit up, and I'm like, oh, did you catch that? Do you want to hear that again? Let me rewind. And so she's a fan of the podcast.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Dads are meant to embarrass you, Audrey. They're just meant to embarrass you. So that's part of life. So skill, I think dribbling and different types of dribbling are really important at this age.
Yeah.
I've said this 1,000 times on all my other podcasts, but they shouldn't even be shooting 3-pointers. I've said that with the little ones too. It should be dribbling for the most part.
Yeah, dribbling and passing was next on that. I was watching I hate to say this out loud. I was watching my 7th and 8th grade team yesterday, and we were doing a 4-on-4 no dribble. So what are you working on a no dribble? You're working on passing, pivoting, and I'm watching it, and it was so frustrating. Passing was awful.
And why do you think that is? I think they're not strong enough.
I think they just relied too much. Like the dribble is a crutch. Like, pick up the ball and boom, on the ground right away, take that one dribble left or right, and then pick it up again, and then try to.
Well, it's the first thing they learn to do is the dribble. Like, so a kid gets a ball, they start dribbling it, and every kid learn. That's the first thing. So they always rely on that. I know that we've had this discussion about the size of the ball. Most of them should be at a girls or 28.5 or girls out of a junior ball for the most part.
When you're talking 3rd, 5th grade, right? Yeah, you can. 3rd grade, I don't know. I mean,
it's close.
It's close, but definitely 4th and 5th, you're at the 28.5s, and then then if you're boys, probably at the 5th grade level, you're using the 29.5.
Because I'm just not sure they can get it.
Oh,
sometimes, with the passing.
It's
talking about the pass. Yeah,
it's heavy for that age, right?
Yeah, so, put a big ball in there. Put a men's ball, and it's like, ooh, that's why they can't pass. Yeah.
And they're just coordinated in general, right? They're just they're learning coordination.
It's the newborn giraffe syndrome, is what I refer to it. Half of them are like gangly and exactly. Trying to figure out.
Pivots is the other one. I watch, just learning when you have that ball and you're chinning and you're just moving front pivot, back pivot, right? To get open so you can pass. Right. And so you just don't hold the ball over your head, right? And then try to pass over your head, right? Stepping through the defender so you can get a pass off. I mean, those are the kind of skills that we work on with the little ones.
And it's just kind of knowing what to do, like jump stopping and pivoting, like just like having them run. Like I think you were talking about on our first taping of this about like running to a specific spot and just jumping and stopping and pivoting.
And pivoting. Yeah.
Yeah. Pivoting both directions.
Pivoting both directions and working on inside foot, outside foot, right? The other one, I have an easy way to teach.
Halliday presents in the red corner the undisputed, undefeated weed whacker guy, champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
I do pivots. Okay. So, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So there's the overhead one is called a rainbow, right?
Right.
Rainbow. So you go hip to hip as you turn, right?
Okay.
And the other one is from hip to ankle, back up to hip. That's a unicorn. So you're doing rainbows and unicorn pivots. And the little kids like, okay, do a rainbow. Okay, they do the rainbow, right? Do a unicorn. Right. And they do a U, right? The letter U. So it's just a nice way for them to visualize the different pivots, right? We keep it simple.
Yeah.
Yes. You know me.
I do. ABCs, baby. ABCs. I've been thinking about my ABCs.
Yeah, write them down.
I know. I've been trying to. It's harder than you think for some of the stuff.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is not important at this age?
Like you said, 3-point shooting. I would even say any fancy finishing moves, or even a regular layup in third grade. They're, again, they're just not coordinated. Jump stop, finish, right? Get those 2 feet down, and then show them how to finish from there.
I think also don't overcomplicate it this age.
My goodness, yeah.
They're not Duke, they're not Kentucky.
No.
You don't need 16 plays, you don't need 53 out of bounds plays, you don't need to teach. I think that if we can do something for youth basketball coaches to help the game, is keep it fun.
Yep.
Keep it simple. Keep it fun. Keep it simple. Keep it fun. Keep it simple. And it probably, I think we talked about this last time. The hour window, maybe by the time they get to the 5th grade, an hour and a half.
Yeah. I wouldn't go any more than an hour for 3rd and 4th grade. Maybe 4th grade if they're,
if they're advanced, yes.
If they're advanced, but yeah.
And bring more to practice than you need. I'll say that in all the levels that we talk about. You don't want them standing. What did you say? Herding cats. It's like herding cats.
Yeah. The other thing too to think about is, you have to imagine, right? A lot of these kids, is the first time they're playing. Show them what the lines are on a court, and the names and terminology. In the key. What does that mean? 3 in the key. The block, the elbow, the free throw line, the 3-point line. And what we do is we just have kids line up. Let's say go line up on the 3-point line. They all go line up, and then we say go to the elbow, and then they'll run to the elbow after we show them, right? Go to the block, and they go to the block. Go to the sideline. Go to half court. The circle, right? So we just name everything, just so they know when we start saying things like, "Hey, everybody get out of the key." They're like, look at you, like, well, they'll know what the key is, right?
And I'll give you some from someone that's taught for 30 plus years. Assume zero base knowledge.
Yes,
zero.
Absolutely.
Like, don't assume they even know how to line up for a free throw. Don't assume they know where to throw the ball in. Don't assume that they know anything.
That's right.
Even at 3rd and 4th grade. I mean, because they're all going to be at different stages. And to be honest with you, they're 3rd and 4th graders. They'll have forgotten what they learned in 2nd grade. As far as they've already played soccer and baseball and lacrosse and rugby, and mom and dad have them signed up for. So don't assume. By the time they reach late elementary, you can assume some of that base knowledge, but there'll be the exception to the rule if they know what the helpline is or where to put their arm or those kind of things. And you can do some fun. I tell my youth coaches, you can be as imaginative as I can with practice, but teaching which hand to put up or how to get to the helpline or those kind of things. Be fun with it. It can be enjoyable, and you're probably more creative than I am when it comes to some of that stuff.
Well, and like you always said, don't be their last coach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Just have fun at that age. It's going to look ugly in a game. Just deal with it. It's going to look bad, right?
It
They're
is.
going to know what to do. They're going to run the wrong way. So,
and they might put the ball in the wrong hoop, and they might actually hand the ball to the other. Now, 3rd graders probably won't do that, but the little guys definitely will. All right. Do we want to foreshadow next week, Coach?
Absolutely, because we're going to dig into now structuring your practice for this group. How do you put a practice plan together? What's a general high-level, practice plan for this age group?
I love that. And you're going to walk us step by step. Coach Bill's going to walk us step by step by step. You're going to have to stop the lawnmower to listen to this one. Isn't it a no mow May or something? Aren't you supposed to not mow in May? I think there's some big push now. No mow May.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Well, you don't have. Do you have grass in California?
Oh, yeah. I got grass. I got grass. My backyard.
It's Florida. It's Florida that doesn't have the grass. Florida has the weed, right? You grew up in Wisconsin. You know what good.
I grew up in Wisconsin. Like. Yeah. Oh, it's all brown and dry, and nice. You guys just got snow too, so.
I know we did. Yeah. All right. Till next week.
All right. See you, Coach.
All right,
have a good.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.